Have you ever wondered why the movie industry of the 1930s, though overwhelmingly successful, was undeniably corny and even downright monotonous?
What?
Censorship. The suppression of what might be considered harmful material. Around since the birth of media, its controversy will continue to strive as long as sex, drugs, and violence continue to squeeze themselves into our homes. Back when television and movies were young, the motion picture industry implemented what they called the Production Code, run by a man named William Hays. The code was meant to control the kind of language and content that movies were allowed to use. Hays pledged his life to the ultimate goal that movies would ultimately censor themselves. This was all before movies were protected under the First Amendment. Nowadays, where obscenity in the media is commonplace, religious activists for the censorship of media have more to complain about than ever. Especially when it comes to the internet. Hays fought for years to keep explicit materials off the air and away from children, but with all the advances in modern technology today, and through the use of the internet, these materials are just a mouse click away. But does anything need to be done about this?
No. I don't have any problem with it.
The more they try and stop people from looking at porn, the more they're going to want to look at it.
I mean, it's just certain people's way of expressing themselves, and if that's how they want to do it, let them do it.
Well, I do not have a problem with internet pornography.
I think it should just be monitored so that whoever wants to watch it could watch it, and those who don't want to don't have to.
It's actually been proven that rates of rape and sexual assault have gone down since pornography became readily available.
They're gonna have to be exposed to it sooner or later.
Yeah.
The majority of college students interviewed were unoffended at the amount of explicit materials found on the internet. With all the security and website blockers available, it seems that unless you go looking for something, you won't find it. What about chat rooms? And what about internet dating? It can be safe if you know what you're doing, but for a young child simply trying to make a friend, it could lead to some serious trouble.
I think that there should be a higher security setting for maybe being able to access chat rooms. Or
if they contact me and I do not know them, I don't respond.
I don't think dating websites are like a problem or anything. I don't know.
But if you're going to meet someone you've met on the internet, it should be in a public place. It should be less than an hour, and it should be somewhere you're familiar with the area.
If you're stupid about it, that's your own fault.
Yeah.
I mean, like people, like websites like Facebook and stuff, the information's optional, like your address, where you live on campus, your phone number, all that you don't have to put on.
Mm-hmm.
You really just need your name. You don't even have to put a picture up.
It seems that although the issue of internet stalkers is a concern to the public, there doesn't seem to be much else we can do about it, besides from positive parental control. But regardless of how controlled a child's internet use might be, there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. It has been said that the overuse of the internet, or being exposed to it at a young age, can spawn an addiction, or even influence the development of a child's thought process. Is it possible that the overuse of the internet and the advantage of instantaneous information is making the technology generation lazy, or even stupider?
Kind of end up wasting your life in cyberspace.
All they have to do is get on the computer and look it up on the internet.
You look at like the World of Warcraft players and stuff like that. I mean, that didn't happen as much in years prior, and now it's like, you know, craze and people get so addicted to it. It's like texting at an early age. Like you catch on, you're addicted. You know.
Yeah.
I hate it, but I'm addicted to it. What can I say?
And I look at kids that like have babysat and things like that, and all they do is internet.
So despite the advantages available through the internet, it seems that the disadvantages are just as prevalent. So who should be responsible for monitoring the internet of our children today?
But I think it's a parent's job.
It's a parent's job.
Why aren't parents monitoring their kids?
Kids are really vulnerable.
I think it's really up to the parents.
There should be more information control on, you know, what can be given for minors on the internet.
It falls on the parents too. And there's some
the birds and the bees, running wild.